Hello, my name is Dr. Lorelei Walker, and this video is a part of a series on how to understand your stress response system. Okay, so we left off with that burden, that feeling of stress that you carry around, because inside your body there are biochemical mediators that are informing your organs and everything that goes on inside your body that this is not a conducive environment. This is not one to flourish. That can be prolonged. So maybe when you get home, it's a nice place to relax. Maybe it isn't. Maybe you're developing an aversion to going to work. What's happening is your body and your brain's learning that there's something in your environment that is activating your stress response system. And your body and your brain would like to avoid things that activate your stress response system. Now, a couple of things can happen. You can go into a place of aversion. I really don't want to go into work today. Maybe I'll change jobs. Maybe I don't have the option to change jobs. Maybe I'm stuck. And later we'll learn about resilience. Maybe it's more so that there is direct conflict, and so you become hypervigilant. Now your stress loads up and you're like, okay, well, I have to stop this one way or another. So I'm going to become combative back. I'm going to try and take control of the situation. Either outcome, you're still carrying around this burden. And through time, what does that do? As these insults come at you and you perceive them in a way that says, this is a threat, it's uncontrollable, it's not predictable, which is where we want to change later. As these signals come in and your stress burden gets up, then through time it leads to hypertension and then heart disease. It leads to a metabolism change, which can hoard fat and turn to obesity. It leads to coping mechanisms that can lead to addiction. Because gosh, isn't it nice just to take a physical break from the way I'm feeling? Because I can't change my environment. So there's a lot of different ways that this plays out chronically through time that lead to chronic disease. Now, they say genes load the gun, environment pulls the trigger. What does that mean? It means that we're a genetic landscape across all of us, but it's our environment that can be conducive and we flourish, or it can be oppressive. And if it's oppressive, then those Achilles heels that we have in our body, we've got some great stuff going on in our body, but we have to trade off. There's some other stuff that's a little weaker. It's those areas that through chronic stress deterioration, we're going to now see chronic disease. So in my family, we have autoimmune disorders. And so when we're under a high load of stress for a long time, because the inflammatory system says, hey, we're stressed, we got to get ready for battle, right? That's always worked in the past. Now my body's carrying around this inflammatory system that kind of doesn't know where to put itself. And I'm more likely to have an autoimmune response and trigger an internal illness. But that's okay. Because once we learn later on how to change this perception, then we can stop the flush. But hang in a little bit longer because we need to really understand how that works and how your system works so that then we can do the change.